Shivaya. Today let us have a quick recap of memory. So memory is divided into two major parts, that is main memory or primary memory and secondary memory. Okay, so main memory is uh, mainly this RAM and ROM. Both are called as main memory. RAM means random access memory and ROM means read only memory. Random access memory and ROM read only memory, both are constructed within the CPU, so these are called as main memory or primary memory. And we have a RAM, different kind of RAM is volatile in nature. Dynamic RAM is there, static RAM is there. Dynamic RAM means it is off chip memory. It has a transistor and a capacitor. Using the capacitor charge, it will store the data, and it needs frequent refreshment, so that the speed of this DRAM will be 20 to 70 nanoseconds. Comparing to the SRAM, it is slower, and it can store up to 100 GB of data. SRAM, static RAM, it has flip-flops inside. A flip-flop is a device which can store one bit. So it is constructed of number of flip-flops. It is faster compared to DRAM, and it has almost 10 nanoseconds of speed, and it occupies more space as compared to DRAM, and it is on chip memory, so that it comes in a single chip, so it is on chip memory. It is used in specialized applications. ROM, read only memory. So read only memory is non-volatile in nature. Non-volatile means the data stored inside it will be reside even if the power is cut off. So it is like a permanent storage, and this is used for BIOS storage. Okay, basic input output system. So for booting, system needs some basic files. Those files are called as collection of BIOS files. BIOS, BIOS. So that will be usually stored in the ROM, a basic input output system. Okay, so that will be stored in the ROM. So whenever the system is booting up, it will read the required files from ROM. So because it is only read only memory, we cannot write or we cannot modify it. And we have different types of ROM. One is programmable read only memory, PROM, and then EEPROM, erasable programmable read only memory. PROM is once we can program it. Okay, EEPROM means once we can erase it and program it. That means using ultraviolet light, it should be exposed, the chip should be exposed to ultraviolet light, so that it will be erased and again we can reprogram it. Then EEPROM is electrically erasable ROM. That means electrically it will be, the eraser will be electrical signals, so using that the program will be erased and reprogrammed. And we have different kind of secondary storage units, and these are portable. Okay, portable means we can remove it, we can take it to somewhere else. Okay, we can remove it from the machine, and we can port it to some other machine, we can connect it to other machines. Okay, so data can be taken from one place to other place using these secondary storage units. And hard disk, example for secondary storage units are hard disk, pen drive, CD, DVD, Blu-ray discs, memory cards, and magnetic tapes. All these are secondary storage devices, and this has very large capacity of memory. Okay, and then hard disk, how it is been organized, we have seen tracks and sectors. And then CD, R, and DVD, RW is there. CD recordable and CD read writable. Okay, rewritable are there. Hard disk, CD, as the DVD, pen drive, so many are there. These are all portable devices, portable memory devices. And we have flash disk is also called as USB. universal serial bus drive. Okay, USB means universal serial bus. It is also called as pen drive, flash drive, solid state memory, all are same only. And we have Blu-ray disc. It's a optical disc storage. It has high resolution, high definition videos, and multimedia can be stored using these Blu-ray discs. It has the maximum capacity of 120 GB. And we have studied about the system bus. System bus is collection of electronic pathways which connects different parts of the computer. Okay, and we have data bus, address bus, control bus, and IO bus. Now we will see what is battery. Battery, computer typically relies on PSU, power supply unit. It is called as power supply unit, and it is used for switching technology and low voltage DC power as main power source. So it converts the analog power into digital power. Okay, so that it has a converter inside, and most computers also contain an independent battery. Battery will be there independently inside the computer. A computer battery plays a crucial role because time related role it is. You have seen a battery, it is called BIOS battery. Okay, we have BIOS, it is called as BIOS because it maintains the time even though the system is switched off. When you switch it on back again, it shows the correct time, no, you can see. So it has a BIOS battery which is always keeps the backup of some important information. Okay, so that is called battery of the machine. So because it is very crucial, without battery the system cannot be switched on.